Good. Welcome to the American Sports Ken Ennis. Ryan, how are you, man?
Good, you're cutting out real bad. I've only heard like 3 words you said.
Can you hear me now?
I can, yeah, I don't know what it was.
Maybe the microphone wasn't as close.
Maybe, but yeah, I can hear you fine now. You're not cutting out.
Yeah, how are you enjoying the swamp weather we have here?
Right, looked at the temperature. The temperature looks fine. I was like, all right, I got. Yes, it's a little bit less than a mile away. I'm gonna go. It was a lot closer than I thought it was. So I'm walking on. I was like, Jesus Christ! I'm like 5 blocks from my house. Like, it's so disgusting out there. I hate this.
Well, we're on the countdown from getting away from it.
Yeah, I'm all for getting away from this heat.
Well, dude, it's crazy. Like, I think it's 2 weeks or 3 weeks from Wednesday. This coming Wednesday, school starts back up.
I got a friend of mine in North Carolina. I think she actually started teaching yesterday.
Yep, a lot of people in the South, like Texas and stuff, they already started back.
See, but that kind of makes sense though, because their beginning of the summer is just as hot as it would be this time of the year. So I mean, I guess it kind of gets the kids out of school a little bit faster. And
Yeah, I asked them, and they said they get out at like Memorial Day.
okay, so yeah, I mean, so they have maybe 2 weeks of the sweltering heat, and then after that it begins to die down.
It makes sense now that you think about it.
Mhm.
But all right, before we get rolling for today, don't forget to check out our social media stuff. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at ASC Pods. You can find our entire catalog at B Plus Player Radio. Find them on Twitter at B Plus Radio. Also check out their sponsors over at Audible. You can get a 30-day free trial. Listen to ebooks, podcasts, comedy, whatever you like. Go to audibletrial.com/B plus players. All right, I guess we should start with the obvious SummerSlam.
Yeah. Well, even NXT. Oh no, because did we cover NXT?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we
we
did it on a Sunday.
Yeah. So yeah. NXT. SummerSlam. Really good. I want to say. Like, I enjoyed SummerSlam.
I thought the last two matches, the one with The Fiend and Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar, was some of the best stuff they've done in quite some time.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree. Um, it was really good all around. The only one, like, I did not like the Kofi and Randy match, but it turns out I am not the only one.
It was very like blah.
Yeah, it seemed like Randy didn't give a flying fuck about this match.
Well, it's ironically you say that. Right before the match started, I said around the group of people, I was, well, let's see if Randy's going to want to work tonight.
Yeah. But yeah, we can start at the bottom. Gulak and Lorcan wasn't quite what you have for a kickoff match, but it was a good match. I just don't think, the few people who were in the crowd at that time really gave a fuck.
Funny story. Remember you told me that he does the one all the way. I finally saw what you were talking about.
Yeah, he does the one, and fucking Danny Burch does the two. So when they come out both like that. Well, I was like, bro, what the fuck is that?
So I saw him doing it, and I asked, like, because I was at that watch party. I was like, does anyone know why he does the one? And everyone was like, we don't know.
Yeah, I fucking wish they would explain it. I mean, like, maybe
I
I'm
almost
gonna
feel like asking him on Twitter about it.
bro, you can ask both of them, see if you get a response.
Like, just for curiosity.
Yeah, I'd like to know. It's like like, I don't know what they're supposed to be, because they come down and like what, like, they just look like hooligans. Like, if you're gonna define hooligan,
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea, but it's just weird, and they've been doing this a long time too.
But
And
no, I agree with you, dude. That Gulak and Oni Lorcan match was really good.
yeah, it was good. It's just that the crowd doesn't really want that.
No, I guess I hate to say it like this. They're conditioned, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, that's what I want to bring up. The other match I thought that was kind of, I don't want to say it was bad. I just thought it was a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be, was the Bailey Ember Moon match.
yeah, the crowd couldn't give two shits less about that match. Like, there was really nothing, like, people didn't give a shit about that match. It is, like, the crowd was dead for that.
And it was really short.
Yeah, I mean, apparently Vince doesn't like Ember Moon, so, I mean, which makes no fucking sense.
No, because she's super talented.
Yeah, she really is. I thought Edge coming back was kind of cool and hitting a spear. That actually surprised me, because people don't realize to do that, he needs to be cleared by a doctor. You can't just go do whatever you want.
It must mean that he's starting to get better, I guess, health-wise.
I just think that, because if you go back and watch, it wasn't one of his normal spears. You know, it's yeah, I guess just able to do a single spear. He's able to do that because there's no plans on him doing anything else. He's not.
That started all the rumor mill.
I mean, yeah, I mean, with understandable reason, but you know, it's people need to understand like what spinal stenosis is. It's the same thing that ended Austin's career.
Yeah. The one thing that was weird to me about this show is there was no tag title match for either team.
Yeah, that was weird.
Other than the women.
Yeah, and that surprised me for that being on the kickoff show.
Yeah, and the match was just kind of.
Yeah, I mean, for that one match, Dave with the baby faces, Alexa and Nikki, you could tell because Corey was just fucking burying Alexa Bliss's Buzz Lightyear outfit.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool.
I thought it was nifty. I mean, I was like, oh, that's actually really cool for a fan of the genre and stuff. Like, that's actually really cool.
Because it was something, you know, like outside of the box.
Yeah. Becky and Natalia was okay. I mean, I don't like how they randomized the rules of the match. So, in one submission match, you know, you can have rope breaks, and another one you can't. You know, I mean, I understand this one was basically so Natalia could do the fucking sharpshooter on Becky on the ring post or on the ropes. That's the only thing I can explain why they'd have that stupid rule.
I know. I'm just not a fan of submission matches, period.
No, me neither. So yeah, that wasn't great, but I didn't hate Ziggler and Goldberg. It was what I thought it was going to be.
I thought Goldberg was going to, like, collapse out, because he looked like he was gassed just getting into the ring.
No, I didn't see that. I didn't really see that. I mean, he's still in great shape. I mean, I didn't want him wrestling a match. I don't want to watch Bill Goldberg have an actual match.
I'll say this: they put him in there with the right person because Ziggler sold that spear like $1 million.
Oh, bro, yeah, he can make me and you look like Shawn Michaels.
Because I popped for it because he like did almost like a 360.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's great. You know, his career has been kind of sad, but he's great. AJ and Ricochet is what I thought it was going to be. I'm still very torn on if I liked Ricochet's Nightwing outfit.
I thought it was cool when I first saw it, and then as the match went on, I was kind of like, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, he has such a ridiculous body. Like, why would you cover that up? It's like what they do to Roman. Like, I'm sure Roman's fairly well built. Like, why do you have him wear a flak jacket?
The main thing is, and I don't know if this is AJ or if it's just how WWE does it, you would think matches between those two would be fantastic. And they're just very not.
Well, I mean, we're also used to young AJ, the high-flying AJ. It's just that AJ, when he's in the ring with somebody who's more of a high flyer, he becomes a grounded wrestler, which is one of the things I think helps sustain him for so long. But when he's in there with a guy like Ricochet, especially when he's a heel, he wrestles a much more slow, methodical pace with some more high spots than a usual heel will do. But it's more like wear a body part down, because that's when he tends to use the calf crusher.
Right. It also could be because his back hasn't been the greatest.
Oh, that too. But when he goes against the bigger guys, he still flies around the ring.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't do the Fosbury flop and stuff, but it tends to, when he's in there with a guy who's smaller than him, which in this day and age there's a lot of those guys. Well, when he was coming up, there really wasn't. He tends to wrestle as the bigger guy. It's like I heard I forget what match it was. They were talking about the power of AJ, and I'm like, when the fuck has that ever been a thing? It may have been one of the Ricochet matches that AJ was overpowering somebody, and I'm like, those are words I never thought that I'd hear in wrestling. But they were building him up more as not the high flying AJ Styles. So
yeah.
That I think is kind of cool. How he actually adjusts his style. Pardon the pun.
No, I agree with you. I'm curious to see where they go with the OC.
Yeah, I mean, I think they should have the titles for a while. I do. I think that all three of them should have the titles for a while. I'd love it if Finn came back heel and won the Universal title, and somewhere down the line you can get AJ and Finn for Control.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
I mean, I think all of those matches would be money. It'd be great having a faction run everything. I think AJ is a good enough talker nowadays because he used to be awful. Like, I definitely think he could do it. I think Finn Balor as a heel is a great on the mic. And both Gallows and Anderson can talk if they're not handed scripts.
Oh God, yeah. If you watched them in like New Japan, you know that they could talk.
Yeah, and both of them just have so much fucking personality. So long as they don't make them doctors and say that Big E's testicles falls off. But yeah, we talked about Bayley and Ember Moon. Shane and Kevin Owens was fine. It was good. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it was nothing spectacular. It was a fucking Shane McMahon match.
It was, like you just said, it was what you expected.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was worth. I don't think Kevin Owens can have a bad match, but I think you're also very limited for what Shane can do. It's very difficult to believe that a 50-year-old man who's not an active, who hasn't been an active wrestler for most of his life, is now beating the shit out of guys, that he's nearly twice the age of.
Oh, absolutely.
Granted, he's jacked as fuck, but it was just like when Vince McMahon was 60 years old and laying a beating in on fire, or 63 and beating up Stone Cold.
Jesus Christ, I didn't realize he was that old.
I think he was either 60 or 63 at that time.
That's crazy.
No,
That's
no,
crazy.
that can't be, because that would put him at fucking 89 now. or 83 now.
And he's like 75, right?
Yeah, so maybe they said so, because I just remember him coming out at Royal Rumble when he was the number one and Austin was number two, or he was number two and Austin was number one.
99 Rumble.
Yeah, the 99 Rumble, and he ended up winning the Rumble. But yeah, he was jacked as fuck.
Hell yeah, he was, dude.
And I thought I remembered Lawler saying, look at him jacked for a 60-year-old, but he may have said 55.
It's all good. Either way, he was, like, ridiculous.
Yeah, but still the believability of him at all doing anything physical to Austin. In all the matches they had, or him and Brett. They would end up being anywhere near competitive for any length of time before Brett destroyed him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't like Shane McMahon on TV anymore.
I liked it when he first came back, but now I feel he's taken up too much time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's not a knock on Shane. It's just I don't like the way they're writing it, where I think they should give that time to somebody else.
Yeah, just the sad thing is, because of them, I'm beginning to hate Shane. So
that's terrible. We got to talk about the Fiend. I know you and me talked about it off air against Finn Balor.
Yeah, and then Trish and Flair.
Okay, I almost forgot about that. That wasn't bad, Trish and Flair.
It shows how good Charlotte is to have gotten such a good match. Like when Trish went to go do the what the hell does she call it, in the corner, where she does the flip up with her legs. Like, Charlotte had to grab her to make sure Trish was in the right position. Like, Charlotte really went out of her way to make Trish look really good.
I was impressed that Trish, how good she hit her finisher. The bulldog, the bulldog where she bounces off of the top rope.
Yeah, the Stratisfaction.
Yeah, dude, she planted her on her face.
Yeah, I mean it's Charlotte will take the bumps. Like, Charlotte will make people look good. Like, it's as much shit as I give Charlotte. Like, she really does make people look good.
I would say she's the best of all the women.
Yeah, and if you go back, because I just happened to be on WWE.com and I'm looking at the highlights from the match, there's quite a couple spots, like when Trish goes to do the roll Hurricane Rana. Oh my God! Hi, baby. Did you hold on one second, Mike? Can you cover for 2 seconds?
Of course.
Okay.
So, as Ryan was saying, that when Trish was doing the Hurricane Rana in the corner, Charlotte really gave her the kind of support to be able to pull that one off. It looked fantastic. I personally don't ever remember Trish Stratus doing that move. I could be wrong. Same thing with the Stratisfaction. She kind of really guided her and helped her to do that move, because I wasn't sure she was going to be able to get up and bounce off of the top and plant her like she did. It looked really impressive to me. But I initially thought that was going to be Trish's final match, by the way they kind of let her have a moment after she lost and kind of soaked it all in with the crowd, giving her all of her accolades. I think she hit every corner because the referee was waiting for her, thinking she was going to come out, and then she went and hit the other corner. But apparently that's not true. That there's a rumor now that Trish wants to wrestle Alexa Bliss one-on-one and then call it a career.
Actually really made me happy.
You there, Ryan?
How happy that made me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Are we still good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, that's a surprise. My wife walked in.
Yeah, I was just finishing up about Trish saying that I thought that was going to be the end for her after that match, but apparently she wants to work Alexa Bliss before she calls it a career.
Well, that'd be good.
That's the
She
rumor.
could use that.
Yeah. And last but certainly not least, we got to talk about the Fiend versus Finn Balor. I think that might have been the coolest entrance I've seen in quite some time.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that they could have done anything better. I think that was the perfect introduction of a character. I think it was a perfect reintroduction of a character.
And
Yeah.
he's making them serious cash.
Oh, bro, his stuff was sold out. By the second day, you were right when they were doing the buy one get one for $1.
Yeah.
Most of his stuff wasn't even there for men. Like the kid sizes were there and the women's sizes were there, but the men's sizes, not for the Yowie Wowie, and there was another one there were no men's sizes for.
Okay, 'cause then I got lucky. I got them probably before they sold out.
Yeah, because I went the day after you told me that you had a problem getting stuff for you and your son.
Yeah.
And that's when I was looking. And yeah, a lot of stuff had sold out.
Dude, I found out because the reason I found out about the box set, like the Firefly Funhouse box set, was Giancarlo posted it on Twitter. I went, holy crap, and I looked it up, and I thought it sold out quick. From what I understand, it sold out in an hour.
Oh, wow. But you said there wasn't many made, though, right?
500.
Yeah. It's. And did they have them there, or was it on WWE Shop?
It was on WWE Shop.
Yeah. So I mean, they had that buy one get one for $1 running from the first day. So yeah, that makes sense because I'm sure it was on one of the banners when you go to the site. You know, under all the Bray stuff because. I didn't see that at all on the site, and I was looking the day of SummerSlam to see when his new stuff would be posted up there.
Yeah, I read that all his merch sold out at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I think a sign that WWE is so far behind because the day after the sale was over, everything was back in stock.
Oh,
Everything
wow.
was, yeah. Because I went back the next day just to see, like what was left. All the men's sizes were back, and I guess by the fact that they made so much merch, is indicative that they really think that this is going to go far.
I think if they treat him like they're doing right now, it very can be.
What I found very interesting was because nothing that the announcers say is their own opinion.
Correct.
Corey, by name, said this may even be scarier than the Undertaker, and they said the Undertaker one other time. So I mean, that's the narrative Vince is trying to build. Put him on the same level as the Undertaker.
Wow. Well, I'll say this: they started out smart after the pay-per-view where they didn't have him on television this week.
Yeah, but like I had told you off air, I would like to see because he has the hurt and heel gloves. Very indicative of the like good angel and bad angel on his shoulder, and I'm gonna need to see eventually what heel means because it removes the gimmick if all he's doing is punching people in the face and hurting them, and if he only listens to heel. I mean, hurt. It's gonna like the gimmick's over. Like there has to be some conflict in him where the good overtakes sometimes, and I would like to see what his plan is for that because I'm sure he has one.
Oh, definitely. And you brought up something else that was interesting off air about what he did in the ring.
Yeah, like the only issue, and I enjoyed it as a fan, but I'm a 37-year-old man and I know wrestling's fake, and I'm not going to go out there with friends and go do this. My issue was his blatant neck break, where like the twist of the neck. To me, that's murder. Like, there's no reason, because if a kid goes, like if your son has a friend and they're playing wrestling and his friend wants to be the Fiend, like how does he know he's not really twisting his neck?
Yeah, they don't know because they're kids.
So, yeah, see, my ringtone is Marty Skrull's theme.
But no,
but yeah,
I agree with you.
that was my only issue. I mean, like, as a fan, I thought I was like, holy shit. Like, That's crazy. But the fact that they cater to a very kid-friendly audience is where I draw the line.
Well, I don't know if you know this. I had read this, and What Culture talked about it, where WWE had to edit the lantern off of YouTube.
Yeah, apparently it has something to do with YouTube's violence or something like that.
Yeah, like their guidelines.
Yeah.
But
So,
that was the coolest fucking thing, I think, out of all of it.
yeah, when it dawned on me that he was carrying his own severed head with a lantern inside of it, I was like, that's pretty freaking gruesome. Like, that's awesome.
Now, rumors are that they're starting to mass produce those.
They're going to have to make him look better, though. Because the ones I've seen on shop.com, I mean, I'd have to see it in real life. They don't look that good.
Oh, the masks look terrible.
I will say his mask, though, like the way it fits his head, like you could tell that was perfectly designed and measured for his head because that mask didn't move.
Yeah, credit to Tom Savini's crew that made that mask.
Yeah, but no, all in all, I thought the finish was real cool. I don't know if he took the final bump he took for a reason. I don't, like, it reminded me of, you remember when Triple H was on Tough Enough? And he was telling the kids to take bumps, like the flat back bump?
Yeah.
That's exactly what it reminded me of, because he got split, I think he got the, whatever that double drop kick Finn does in the corner, and he took 2 steps out and flat backed back. I don't know if that was part of his character, because the next thing was he stood up and he caught him in the mandible claw while he was doing the coup.
Yes.
So, you know, I don't know. I thought everything was amazing.
I personally like that he's doing the mandible claw because, and I told someone else this, it's a lot easier than having to do Sister Abigail because at least he doesn't have to take a bump.
Well, I mean, I think Sister Abigail is still going to be in his repertoire.
Okay.
Because after he listened to his hands, that's what he went to do. And then Finn got out of it.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because, I mean, Bray changed in size, too.
Oh, he's much bigger.
And I don't know how much of that is new tattoo stuff, but...
Well, you could tell that he thinned out, like, weight-wise, and then he got... How do I want to explain it? He got much broader across his shoulders. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Because he looks like much more buff in the upper body.
He still looks like a guy who used to be fat and is now buff. He has one of those, like, he's so massively big, and then all of a sudden, like, his waist is disproportionately straight down. Like, when you see him from behind,
Yeah.
you see it. But I'm not complaining. Like, he looks like an absolute monster. I mean, it's the tattoos, dude. Like, his whole visual with everything included. It just works, and I like the fact that his shirt was praying hands.
Yes.
That's what the image was. It was in black on black.
I didn't notice it until he moved a certain way.
Yeah, because I seen it was something. I was like, what's on his chest? I was like, I like the fact, because now they're incorporating, like, at least religious symbology. It's just making him a more well-rounded character.
Definitely. The other thing I just realized we got to talk about the main event where Seth Rollins beats Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, that was very unexpected.
I'll give Brock credit. That was probably one of the best matches I've seen him have in quite some time.
Yeah, I think Seth is one of those people Brock has a lot of respect for, and is willing to work his ass off for him.
Well, you could tell, dude, he was He was cooked.
Yeah. Yeah. When Lesnar really wants to work, you get amazing things out of him.
The reason I know he was cooked was because unless he was selling it, he was literally like on his knees, like crawling to get to the ramp.
Who, Lesnar?
Yeah,
I mean, he may have been gassed, but it's I don't know, man. Like he definitely. What I liked was if you go back and listen to, it's probably fixed on the network now because I haven't gone back and watched that match. When Seth comes out, there wasn't a lot of cheers for him. There's a certain point in the match where Seth starts to make a comeback, and that's when you hear the crowd start changing. Because we've been talking about Seth is done. Like Seth's not cool no more. Seth's the guy who goes on Twitter and tells other really great wrestlers that they're not good because his bank account is bigger. So he kind of became a bit of a fucking douchebag trying to be a company guy. And I think a lot of people who like kind of know that stuff were aware of it, like who were kind of in the know. And I think it changed in the middle of the match.
you could see it change,
Yeah.
which is actually a pretty cool thing.
That's wrestling done right.
Yeah, like I mentioned when we started the show, I think the last two matches, the last half hour, 45 minutes of that show was really fucking well done.
Oh, absolutely. No, it was just done the right way for storytelling.
Right, and then with Raw this week, the one thing they got me on, and I loved it, was the return of evil Sasha Banks.
Oh, bro, I was going into my kitchen to go throw something away, and I heard her music come on because I was like, nobody wants to hear this, Natty. When Sasha came out, though, I was like, yeah, they're gonna have her come back as a heel. Like, I don't think she wants to work as a babyface. I think she's more effective as a heel.
I agree.
And that one segment got me more interested in Sasha Banks since about the time she got called up.
I just loved it that she, you think, she gives like Natty the hug, points up to the heavens, and then she just turns around and clobbers her.
Yeah, and that looked like a legitimate beating. It didn't look like a diva beating up on somebody.
No, that was vicious.
Yeah, and I really think that's where Sasha shines. I think she's a very good heel.
And I really liked it because she basically like took off her hair, like symbolizing that she's somebody completely different now.
Oh, bro, I love the straight blue hair. Like, to me, that's straight out of anime, which he's a big fan of.
Yeah.
So I thought that alone was really fucking cool. Like, I'm happy with Sasha Banks. I'd be really happy if she started calling herself Mercedes again, because she wrestled as Mercedes VK, because that's her real first name and initials. But I hate the name Sasha Banks.
Really?
I don't like the whole pun with bank on it and like being a boss and like I don't know.
I heard she does that because of her relation to Snoop Dogg.
What, the Mercedes VK?
No, the boss thing, because that's what all of Snoop Dogg's like workers call him, the boss.
I've never heard that. I think that was just the gimmick she was working with. That I forget. It was her. I think it was her, Charlotte, and somebody else. It wasn't Becky at the time. No, Summer Rae.
Yeah, when they were like the Mean Girls.
Yeah, and I think that's where the boss started. Because, if Apollo Crews wanted to go, because they never mentioned it having anything to do with Snoop. So okay. I don't understand. Like, I don't see Vince going, "Oh, okay, girl, that I can't even decide whether I like you face or heel. I'm gonna let you pick your own gimmick just because Snoop Dogg is in the Hall of Fame and never mention Snoop Dogg.
I got you.
I don't know. I just think it's a bad, stupid gimmick.
What do you think about King of the Ring coming back?
I like that King of the Ring is going to be a multi-week event with, I believe, the final is going to be at Clash of Champions.
Correct.
I like the concept so long as it goes to somebody where it actually does something for somebody. I'd love to see Cesaro in it out of all those names.
Here's the first round is this week on Raw and SmackDown.
Yes.
The quarterfinals have yet to be announced where they will be at, but the semifinals are at the Garden, September 9th and 10th, and then the finals are at Clash of Champions.
Okay, so I think that's only going to leave like 1 week in between.
Yeah.
Maybe two, because it's going to leave 1 week because we're in the 16th now. The next one won't be to 3 more days. To the 19th will be Monday Night Raw, and that's when everything's starting. The next one, I think, is...
I figured they'll have the quarterfinals probably next week because they won't do it on Labor Day.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. But I think that may be why they haven't announced it yet. They may be trying to see, like, what's everything going to be, because they have the 26th and they have the 2nd.
Yeah. My big fear is they're going to give it to somebody like Corbin.
I'm thinking that with them keeping him completely off of TV for the last month, that they may actually be listening.
Same thing with
sure
Lacey
Heyman,
Evans.
Yeah. Pretty sure Heyman's going to have a lot to do with who wins the King of the Ring. I'm pretty sure he's the because I'm pretty sure Vince doesn't even know what the G1 is.
Oh, I have no doubt in my mind.
But now all of a sudden they're pushing this as the King of the Ring is the greatest wrestling competition or tournament in wrestling, and
yeah, okay.
Somehow Vince found out that New Japan does this every year. So I have a feeling like this was Paul Heyman, because nobody else really has the balls to tell Vince anything.
Yeah.
I truly think that this is Paul Heyman going, Vince, every year in Japan that they do like a month-and-a-half tournament. And it's widely considered great. So...
What do you mean, pal?
Let's bring back the King of the Ring.
Yeah.
We'll get Mabel.
Oh, Christ.
What do you mean Mabel died?
Yeah, I could totally hear him saying that, too.
But,
There's one other thing I wanted to bring up about Raw and SmackDown this week. How about Buddy Murphy?
Yeah, man. I think I told this to my other friend this morning. Buddy Murphy was never even supposed to be in that storyline.
Wow.
Fans happened to see him because there was a... Okay, everybody started saying Buddy Murphy, Buddy Murphy, Buddy Murphy. I didn't see it live. So I watched what WWE had uploaded. Now, apparently, there was like a 2-second clip that started the camera a little too early and just happened to capture Roman walking, one way with Buddy Murphy just happened to be in the shot. Then you get that weird camera view of Roman walking down, and then it goes to Kayla Braxton, and it was prior to that shot of Roman at that weird angle that you've never seen before. It was like a brief... I don't know if they turned the wrong camera on for a second or two. But, yep, there was Buddy Murphy, and fans started, it was Buddy Murphy, it was Buddy Murphy! So...
He had a fantastic match with Roman.
Bro, apparently it had 1 million views by the next morning.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm going to see what it's sitting at now, because that's ridiculous for a WWE match. Yeah, Buddy Murphy versus Roman Reigns is the third thing that comes up when I type in Buddy. It's sitting at 2.4 million views right now.
Wow.
You know, I mean, and that's a lot for. I mean, and that's not even a whole match. That's 2 minutes and 43 seconds of it.
I love how though they made it where in the old school sense they gave you that little hope that he might be able to actually beat Roman.
Yeah. It was really good. I mean, they both looked really good. I mean,
Yeah, I
go ahead.
thought when Buddy Murphy was hitting those knees, I thought of Omega with the V trigger.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But I like how they're. I know some people are complaining, but I personally like it, where they're kind of. We know who really did this to you, Roman, and we're going to tell you next week.
And Roman's just like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, now I know this had gotten re-uploaded, but the one for the 56-second Fiend entrance has 2.9 million views.
Wow.
4 days. Buddy Murphy and Roman Reigns has 2.4 million in 2 days.
That's crazy.
You know, I'm pretty sure there was a lot of views on the first Fiend entrance before it got removed, like the full entrance. But, I mean, there's very few things from SmackDown that even comes close to that.
Oh no.
Like, the view count, yeah, there's very few. Raw, surprisingly, Sasha Banks has 3.2 million views. AJ and Seth is 2.2 million views. So they've been doing stuff on social media. I mean, they're getting their product out there. But yeah, Sasha is their most uploaded. I mean, is their most viewed thing right now.
I mean, that's what people want to see. Her and Becky.
Oh, absolutely. And right after SummerSlam, you're like, well, who the fuck is left? Because they've wasted all that time on Lacey Evans, and now there's literally nobody left. And lo and behold, that gets answered in the best possible way.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited for King of the Ring. I wanted to bring this up to you before I forgot. I had read this just probably 10 or 15 minutes before we started recording. Apparently, WWE has opened up talks to potentially have a working relationship with CMLL. And the reason is because AEW has one with AAA, so WWE wants one with CMLL.
hey, I mean, if it brings variety and things are done right, I'm all for it.
It'd be interesting, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I would really like to see that. The cruiserweight title is being defended at some indie show.
Really?
It may be Evolve, but it's because I heard it this morning and I didn't hear where it was being defended at.
Huh. I wanted to bring this up while you're doing that. We were talking about it with Dolph Ziggler, what happened with him.
Yeah, there's conflicting reports on whether or not he actually asked for his release and whether it was denied, and yeah, that apparently one of the big credible reporters came out and said that that wasn't accurate. So
Oh, I also wanted to bring this up. Did you hear about what happened with Alicia Fox?
yeah, and apparently she's been moved to the and this was before Raw reunion. She had been moved to the Legends tab, like not on the active roster anymore.
Well, that's interesting, but hopefully she gets the help she needs because it sounds like she has a bad drinking problem.
Yeah, I mean but now that explains why she was one of the people who was in the ring at the end of Monday Night Raw for the beer bash. It's like all the legends and Alicia Fox. Like, what the fuck is she doing there?
Yeah.
Apparently now, she may be one of those people that Vince just doesn't want to release.
Well,
So keep on signed, but now she's, I don't know, fucking legend here. I'm clicking on her page right now. Oh, now they moved her back to Raw. It's
yeah.
no, but this did not say Raw. This said either legend or
Alumni.
alumni. Yeah, because I checked it myself.
Yeah, she's been there forever.
Pretty sure she's the longest tenured woman in the company now,
She's
other
been there
than Steph.
over 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess she is back on the main roster.
That's crazy.
But, which makes no sense because that means she was added to the main roster after her incident at SummerSlam.
Here's some interesting news I was just reading about. Moxley, his current deal with New Japan expires the day after Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, I actually think Wrestle Kingdom is 2 years this year. I mean, it's 2 days this year because they keep talking about the 6th and 7th.
Huh.
So I don't know if they're talking about if it's really Wrestle Kingdom or if it's their equivalent to the Raw after WrestleMania.
Could be. Because usually don't they have a show the next day?
Yeah. I mean, so that's exactly, and I don't know. It could very well be under the Wrestle Kingdom umbrella. But I think the actual, like, I don't know. It's the first time I've heard both days be referred to as Wrestle Kingdom because I've seen Wrestle Kingdom on. I think it's the 4th and the 5th, whatever the date is. Because it's usually one date is Wrestle Kingdom, and it's that date every year.
I got you.
So,
I wanted to bring this up. I don't know if you had seen this. Did you see that AEW had signed Orange Cassidy?
yes.
Apparently, they have like big plans for him.
Well, did you hear that Cody said that that they've only actually released 40% of the names that they have signed?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It really is.
The reason I bring up they have big plans for Orange Cassidy, there was Meltzer reported it that apparently they had like an ad and sales meeting with TNT where Cassidy was brought up and the response to him was extremely favorable.
Yeah, I mean, he's somebody I could definitely see on marketing because he's somebody you're going to remember.
And the thing is, he's a really, really talented worker.
Oh, yeah, for the stuff I've seen him do in comedy, it's great. For some of the bumps I can see him, I've seen him take with his fucking hands in his pockets.
I always pop for that.
That, and when he gives the thumbs up, it's not like, a normal guy with a thumb up. Like, the thumb's barely up. If you go watch, like, when he grinds up his contract into the orange juice, did you see that on Being the Elite? Or
yes.
Okay. If you look at him giving that thumbs up, it's like the politician thumbs up.
Yeah.
Bro, I cracked up so much. Like, he just makes me laugh so much, and I've only seen 1 or 2 like full matches of his.
I always like it because when he'll go to chop somebody where he like barely hits him and everybody's like, oh.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few. That, or he just lays like in a tag match. He was just laying on the outside of the ring.
Yeah, I really like that dude.
Yeah, I mean, I like comedy. I mean, it's a perfect example, and I've said this a couple times. Maybe not directly to you. Is Toru Yano?
Yes.
He's comedy done right because he's funny, 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 but he'll also beat you. I mean, like, he's beat Okada, he beat Moxley. He's still taken as a serious threat, like, where he's just funny. He's not the butt of being funny.
Yes.
Which is what WWE has a big problem with, letting somebody just be funny without them having to be what's funny.
I'll give you the perfect example. Piggy James.
I got an even better example, and we haven't even touched on this yet. Chad Gable's new name.
Oh.
Apparently, the reason why this past Tuesday on SmackDown, Shelton Benjamin walked by and was like, "Hey, shorty," is because they filed for trademarks for this, I guess, within the last month, for usage for a potential character, Shorty G. I don't even know what the fuck to say, bro.
It sounds like a ripoff Enzo.
Even that, it's like they tried this with Jay from Jay and Festus. Fucking Lou Gallows when he was Festus. They tried him as fucking Slam Master Jay with Crime Time. He's just a white Jamie Kennedy wigger kind of guy.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, I hope that's not what this is about. Like, he's one of the more talented. He's a fucking Olympian.
Yep.
Like, he really potentially could have at least worked, possibly, in the same realm as Kurt Angle.
Oh,
the guy has
yeah.
the skill set. So, yeah, that's just... I don't know. I hope they hit it out of the park. I hope this has something to do with fucking Heyman. I hope Chad Gable actually has a say in this, and it's his idea, and they know where they're going to go with this.
Yeah, either way, it sounds terrible, if not.
Yeah, I mean, if it's anybody but Vince coming up with the idea, I'll give it a chance. But if it's Vince, I know his type of humor. Like, I know what he looks for.
Yeah, potty humor.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that was awful. That's what I heard this morning.
That sounds really cringeworthy.
Fucking Shorty G, bro. And Shelty B.
Oh, that's what I wanted to bring up real quick before we get out of here. Who else was announced for the Battle Royal for AEW, the Women's Battle Royal?
The three names?
And I think Britt Baker was announced. I'm sorry, it was Britt Baker and Nyla Rose were the other ones that have been announced.
Well, apparently, Aja Kong, Yuka Sakazaki, B. Priestley, I believe one of the other Japanese workers, all are already contracted for that date elsewhere.
So that means they're going to have to bring in a bunch of surprises.
Bro, they're going to have to fill out 21 people.
Makes me wonder if they're going to try to get somebody like a Tessa Blanchard or an AJ Lee or... You know what I mean?
Is it 21 and then the Joker? Because I think that's why Jake the Snake said, "Oh, you want to play 21?" Well, for you, I got 22. Because it didn't make any sense.
You might be right.
Yeah, because I think it's sin of... Is it Kings, Queens, and Jacks? I got to look over again. And then I know there's one Joker, and 22 would make sense. 20 wouldn't, because there's no three groups of anything in one. So
exactly.
Yeah, it may be 22, but who were you most surprised to see in those vignettes?
I would say Jazz so far.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's like, I was cool. I was like, oh, Roddy Piper's daughter, who's never had a wrestling match before. Like,
not that I can find.
No, she hasn't. Like, it's now like she makes her wrestling debut at All Out.
Oh my god.
So,
talk about pressure.
Yeah, you think fucking she's on the phone with Rousey saying, "Give me back my dad's jacket, you fucking useless cunt." But no, I mean, like, I thought she cut a fairly decent promo in that little vignette she had with Jake Roberts, which I popped for fucking huge to begin with, by the way.
Me too.
But no, she cut a little cute promo, and then it's time to pay the piper.
Yeah, if my memory serves me correct, she was an actress at some point.
Yes, I believe she was. I think an actress and possibly a musician of sort. But yeah, yeah, I think she's a showman or showwoman.
No, I got you. Now that just makes me curious. Now that all those girls can't be there, how they're going to fill the battle royal out?
Yeah, I mean, who knows who they really have signed? But I don't know too many huge female names that aren't contracted elsewhere.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. All right, before we get out of here, what are you up to this weekend?
No idea. Chilling out, macking, relaxing, all cool.
Playing video games.
Yep. Sitting
What game
in
are
the
you
cool.
on now?
I'm still playing Grand Theft Auto.
Okay.
Yeah, because my buddy and I can just hop in there and kind of do the same stuff over and over and over again, but every time is a little bit different. Like, you're not doing the same missions over and over again, and then we just sell all of our drugs and illegal stuff to make millions of dollars.
I got you.
So, how about you? What you up to?
The exact same thing. I'm relaxing. It's the middle of the month, so not a lot of funds left, so I'm just taking it easy.
Oh, bro, you're preaching to the choir with that. I'm thinking of all the shit that's coming up in the next month, too, especially since now I got another month added on before my surgery and my money goes back up to 100%.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, my lawyer thinks everything will be over by the end of the year, so.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, maybe this time next year I'll be sitting in a fucking nice house somewhere.
Can always hope, right?
Yep, but on that note, I hope you have a good weekend.
Yeah, everyone enjoy their weekend. We're going to get out of here for today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff, and we'll see you back next time. Have a good day, everybody.